Buena, mi gente. Hi, guys. So, I just, like the title said, I just want to talk about toxic people because that's related to the situation. The subject is related to the situation I went through. Quiero hablar de las personas tóxicas porque esa fue la situación por la cual yo estaba pasando en estas 2 semanas. So, I was working with this person on a one-on-one, which I couldn't get away from. A toxic person. Now, what's a toxic person for me, at least to me? Because I hear a lot about people talking about narcissists. I hear a lot about people talking about neurotic people. Now, I don't know if this person was a narcissist or a neurotic, but she was angry all the time. When she got overwhelmed, she lashed out. She was the type of person that she never took responsibility for her mistakes. And if she did, she downplayed them. She took them easy. But if she perceived that you were the one who made the mistake, or she expected you to do something and you forgot to do it, or you didn't do it the way she wanted you to do it, she would just go off on a tangent. And I tried. I mean, the first example was when I got there, I asked her why was she scheduling a class before lunch and one after lunch? Why not schedule them both after lunch so that way we could be taking care of the clients in the daytime, and then in the afternoon we could give the class. Just have all the class in the afternoon. And she just went off on me. Like, why are you asking that? You got to be asking that way. That's not the way that you ask. You should be saying at least, hey, that's a great idea. That's a great suggestion. And then give your opinion. But I knew that you were going to be very negative and this is going to be very hard to work with you. Y yo me quedé con la boca abierta. I was just with my mouth open. I'm like, what is this? What's going on here? So I stay away from her from that moment. But then we had to work together. That was only for a certain time that we could work with other people. At the end, the job had to be done. It was a teamwork, her and myself, nobody else. They were supposed to hire a supervisor to observe us, but in the meantime, they did not hire a supervisor. We were both doing the work together, doing the classes together, and she goes ahead and she's going off. And I'm like, am I going to be dealing with this on an everyday basis? So I gave it a chance. I gave it a time. And after a month, the last 2 weeks, when I only worked like 2 weeks. 2 weeks later, I put my resignation in. I gave him my 2 weeks. And in those 2 weeks that I had left with her, my energy was depleted. I was so tired by the time I got home, just dealing with her energy, dealing with her attitude, dealing with the way she handles situation, and I'm not yet at that stage where I can absorb and be myself and keep my calm and allow the other person to vent and be themselves and be angry and not let that affect me. Are people got in that place? Yes, there are people who are at that level already. Yet I'm not there. Now, have I worked with toxic people, with authoritarian people, with people who lashed out when they were overwhelmed, the type of people who always solve everything by getting angry? Yes, I have. But they were not working directly with me. Either they were supervising me and a lot of other people, so that way we can share the pain, we can share you have some. But when this was toxic, what made it toxic is that the only person she acted out like that was with me. Since she didn't have to work with the other people and the other people were supervisors, they thought, I mean, some people were supervisors and then the other were other co-workers that worked in other departments. They wouldn't see the way that she behaved. So they just saw the nice part of her. I was the one that had to see the stressed out, the angry person. I was like, no. So me, myself, because of the situation that I'm in life, how I place myself, the things that I've done, so that I never have to depend on a job, I resign. Yo renuncié. Ahora lo voy a decir en español. La razón por la cual Yo estaba tan desgastada trabajando esas 2 semanas que no podía hacer nada de video. Era porque estuve lidiando por 2 semanas directas con una persona súper neurótica, súper tóxica, que todo lo resolvía peleando, que siempre cuando se sentía nerviosa, overwhelmed, comenzaba entonces a pelear, a gritar. Y yo, cuando llegaba del trabajo, venía súper cansada, no tenía energía, porque tenía que concentrarme o sea, pasé anoche que hasta no dormía pensando cómo voy a lidiar con ella, porque eso es algo que uno tiene que hacer para lidiar con las personas tóxicas. Los tóxicos son como el alcoholismo, como la adicción. No solamente te desgasta cuando están con ellos, sino después de ello también pensando en cómo lidiar con ellos para no frustrarlo, para no oír su ráfaga de enojo y de frustración. Y entonces yo renuncié, porque era la única manera. Yo me he puesto en estoy en una situación en mi vida que yo trabajé para esto, para no tener que depender, nunca he dependido de un trabajo. Si a mí no me ha gustado un trabajo, pues yo he renunciado. Y no es que sea rica, ¿me entiende? Es la manera en la que yo vivo. Es como yo vivo que he podido no tener que depender de este trabajo, y si no tengo este trabajo, pues no voy a poder comer, no voy a poder pagar mi renta. No, ¿me entiende? Al excremento. Y la manera de lidiar con las personas tóxicas es simplemente resguardándose uno su energía. Tratar de estar lo más alejado posible, porque al menos que esa persona quiera cambiar, esa persona va a absorber tu energía. Al menos que tú estés a un nivel espiritual, que yo no estoy, que es un nivel donde las personas, no importa qué energía traigan, a ti no te afecta. Yo conozco personas así, que pueden lidiar con alguien así de frustrante y se la llevan calmada y no deja que ellos la afecten. Yo no estoy a ese nivel todavía. A mí me afectaba. Ahora, claro, yo no soy así, ni quiero ser como ella, no iba a estar peleándole, pero sí la ponía en su sitio, claro está, le decía, bájame la voz, no me esté alzando la voz, que tú no eres para estarme gritando, háblame bien. Y me le iba también, a veces la dejaba con la palabra, o sea, cuando comenzaba con su gritadera y su nerviosismo. Eso era lo que estaba yo pasando. This phrase, because I'm into stoicism a lot, because again, there are things that we cannot control. Life, we cannot control it, but there are things that we can, and that's ourselves. We can control how we react to things. So I like the saying, people are like dirt. They can either nourish and help you grow as a person, or they can stunt your growth and make you wilt and die. And when you're next to a toxic person, a person who's constantly fighting, constantly arguing, that everything they do, the way they resolve things is by getting angry, that person will wilt you. That person will drain you. Esto me gusta, este refrán, este pensamiento del estoicismo, porque yo soy muy creyente en el estoicismo y oigo meditaciones de estoicismo, porque estoy consciente de que hay cosas en la vida que yo no puedo controlar, y la única cosa que yo puedo controlar un poco es a mí misma, es la como yo reacciono. Y me gusta esto que dice que las personas son como la tierra, te pueden nutrir y ayudarte a crecer, como también pueden desgastarte y hacerte morir, te pueden marchitar. Y cuando tú estás al lado de una persona que vive peleando todo el tiempo, que todo lo resuelve con enojo, que todo lo resuelve gritando, insultando, degradando, porque a esta mujer le gustaba hasta degradarme, o sea, ponerme por debajo. Y es como, cálmate, del tipo de personas que nunca deben ser maestras también. You should never be a teacher if you're like that. If you're the type that you cannot teach without putting the person down because they don't understand the explanation that you're giving them, then you should not be a teacher. Because one of the biggest requirements for teaching is patience. Es la paciencia. No poner a la persona por debajo, hacerla sentir mal porque no está entendiendo el concepto. Y esas personas te desgastan, esas personas que estás al lado tuyo, que son totalmente peleoneras, un desgaste emocional. So, eso es lo que me estaba pasando. That's what was happening. Vamos a ver ahora que voy a pasar un tiempo en lo que busco trabajo tranquila, porque no me voy a agarrar, eso es otra cosa, que he estado agarrando los primeros trabajos que vienen y después cuando me doy cuenta que no me gusta, lo dejo. Like right now, I'm just been taking the jobs as they come. As soon as they offer, I take them. And then I realize I don't like it. Even though this job I did like, este trabajo sí me gustaba y hubiera sido una maravilla si la persona que me hubiera tocado trabajar, porque como le digo, era en equipo, no había manera de escaparse, el día entero estaba con ella. No había, there was no way to escape. The whole day I was with her. So being with a person like that is very, no, it was no way that I could do the job without, getting frustrated at this woman. And I was not going to live my life like that. But the job was awesome. El trabajo era bueno. Si yo hubiera podido estar con otra persona, if I would have been with someone else, a more chill back, laid back person, prone to have fun and enjoy and help at the same time, because it was a service that we were providing, un servicio, ayudar al mismo tiempo, hubiera sido chingón, hubiera sido un trabajo que yo hubiera venido aquí con energía como lo hice las primeras semanas. Like the first 3 weeks that I started working there, I had energy. I would come home and I would do my videos, my reaction, because I had energy. It was the last 3 weeks that I had to deal with her. Eran las últimas 3 semanas que tuve que trabajar con ella. Bueno, espero que no lo haya aburrido y espero que de algo les sirva escuchar esto para que sepan, no solo si están pasando por una situación así, que lo entiendo. I don't know if this helps you in something, if you know that you're going through a situation like this, if you are surrounded by a toxic person around them, I sure hate it for you if you're living with one. Si estás viviendo con alguien, te siento, me da sentimiento porque sé lo duro que debe ser. Y si no hay manera, trata de buscarla. Una de las cosas que puede ayudar a una persona a seguir en esa situación es la esperanza de poder salirse algún día. So planea salirte de esa situación. One of the things that keeps you going is planning to get out of the situation. That gives you energy. So plan your way out. Don't be around toxic people. And again, to me, toxic people are angry people. Para mí la gente tóxica son personas enojonas que están peleando todo el tiempo y que todo lo resuelven a base de insultos y de gritos y no saben cómo lidiar con los problemas de la vida si no lo hacen peor todavía, si no hacen un show. They don't know how to resolve problems in life unless they make it worse. They got to make a scene. And I'm not into that. Anyhow, take care, guys. Bye. Don't forget to subscribe. No se olviden de suscribirse. Adiós.